Hey guys, I do have a Thursday morning editorial for you, and I'm going to go ahead and use my microphone today. I think I might start using it a little more so that you guys can hear me, so I don't have to keep adjusting the sound up and down and edit. But I am going to use my microphone, and here we are with a Thursday morning. It's actually a follow-up. Now, I had did a video editorial on a Chicago police officer that crashed his car into a building and was suspected DUI. And I remember I said, watch, wet reckless. Well, I was kind of close, but not. I'm going to go through the follow-up here, and you guys, I want your comments in the comment section below on what you hear me say. I will put a link to this story in the description box below. What I'm giving you here comes from Chicago CBS. Thank you, CBS Chicago, for giving us this story that I could follow up on it. And I'm going to also give you kind of what I think as I go through it, as I always do. An off-duty Chicago police officer who was charged in the crash that killed Marquita Reed posted bond Tuesday afternoon. Terrence Finley, 24, that was the officer, was charged with reckless homicide, aggravated DUI, and failing to reduce speed. He was driving 75 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone as he swerved to avoid another car and slammed into a building where Reed was sitting, prosecutors said. A judge set his bond at $40,000, $40,000, not $100,000 or anything like that. $40,000 after a hearing Tuesday afternoon. Now, I want to go back. He was charged with reckless homicide, not vehicular manslaughter, but reckless homicide, which I would have to look that up. I just saw this morning what he was charged with. I don't know if that falls under negligent homicide. I will go real quick through the homicides with you. I know the levels. You have murder, which is murder 1, murder 2, I believe there's a murder 3. Then you have voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, and then negligent homicide, which is you're negligent. Give you an example. Kids, this happened in Texas. Kids were driving in a van. They said, hey, we need to switch drivers, but let's not pull over. Let's just see if we can switch. So if we pull over, we just keep driving and it'll save us some time. As they were trying to switch drivers, they lost control. The van went off the road, flipped, and a girl inside died. They were charged with negligent homicide. So he's charged with reckless homicide, not vehicular manslaughter. And I would have to look that up, but I'm thinking he was charged with a lesser homicide charge with reckless, where vehicular manslaughter would be a more serious charge. He was charged with aggravated DUI. We'll see how it goes, but this is kind of iffy to me. $40,000 bond for this? For homicide? 40,000 sounds kind of low. Investigators said Finley's blood alcohol level was just over the legal limit at .083 when he crashed into a Gresham restaurant early Sunday morning. I like how they say just over. It was just over. So it was over. So he was drunk, allegedly. Finley's defense attorney, Tim Grace, said the crash happened when Finley took evasive action to avoid another car. Well, he was avoiding a car that turned in front of him at the intersection of 87th and Wood. If he hadn't been going 75 and a 30, he wouldn't have had to miss the car. He would have been able to brake. Grace, his attorney, said it's tragic all around. No, it's tragic on his part. He's mortified. Who cares what he is? I'm not even going to read that. I'm not even going to read what that lawyer said. You can read it in the description box below. I am not giving this guy any type of kudos like his lawyer is doing. Finley allegedly told the police he swerved to avoid hitting a car that turned in front of him at the intersection of 87th and Wood. I think I said that, but he says that. Reed, who died, she was 35 years old, was sitting inside Tony's Philly Steak when the off-duty officer's Toyota came crashing through the wall. Another woman was injured and expected to be okay. I wonder how her leg's doing, though. Assistant Cook County State's Attorney James Murphy said Finley had left a birthday party and was driving to a friend's house at the time of the crash. Finley allegedly was driving 75 miles per hour, allegedly, when he made a left turn to avoid another. Well, we've already covered that. And that was in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. Here's what we want to get to. The module's data revealed that within 5 seconds of impact into the restaurant, the defendant's vehicle gas pedal was at full throttle. The RPMs were at 5,000, and the defendant's speed increased from 73 to 75 before he engaged the brakes and crashed into the restaurant. He was doing over 30, right? So he was breaking the law. Prosecutor said Reed was waiting for her food at the time of the crash and had her back against the wall of the restaurant. She was pinned under Finley's car. She was taken to Advocate Christ Medical Center where she succumbed to her injuries or was pronounced dead. Family friend Iona Bell said it really hurts. It hurts deep. Stuff like that happened to other people, but to other people, you are the other people. Then when it hits close to home, it does something to you. All the neighbors here, they knew her. Scanning the story here. And then they talk about her growing up and so forth. I'm not going to go through the kudos of this guy. But anyway, there you go. And then that's the rest of the story. You can read the story in the description box below. I'm not going to read the good stuff about Finley. They're talking about him like he's a little angel that just happened to get into a bad situation. No, he's a fuckhead who went out drinking and driving and killed somebody. That's how it works. And he was a police officer. I really want to know, this is kind of a hypothetical. Nah, I don't know, it might be hypothetical. This is kind of a philosophical question of sorts. How many people has this police officer arrested for DUI? How many people has this officer, was he even trained in DUI? I don't know. It's a philosophical question. How many people has that officer arrested for what he says they are breaking the law? How many lives has this guy ruined? Well, we know at least one life. Well, there's more than one life that he ruined, because I was going to say the woman that he killed, but he didn't really only ruin her life. He ruined her family's lives. What am I trying to say? I got to go, guys. I'm out of time. Got to get out of here. But News Now UK keeping you up to date and informed of what's going on, police officers and all law enforcement across your nation. Boy, I'm bumbling and stumbling through this one, ain't I? But hey, it's my Friday, and maybe that's why I'm just waiting to go to work and get off for the weekend. Talk to you guys later. Love you, and thank you for listening to this.